What is going on, guys? My name is James Davidson, and this is episode 2 of our vision. So there's a reason that we started this series. There's a reason that we decided we wanted to create this series, and that reason is because we wanted to share with you our own individual stories, our own individual goals as to where we see this brand going, as to where we see ourselves going, as to where we see ourselves growing as individuals, whether that be Danny and I from the fitness side of things, or Aaron from the leadership, business and military side of things. But in this episode, I'm just going to share a little bit about myself, kind of a little backstory on who I am, how I got started in fitness, and why, we brought this group together. So again, my name is James. I'm 21 years old. I'm originally from a small town in England called Letchworth. I moved out to New York City 10 days before 9/11. And I gotta say, it was quite the welcoming gift. God bless 9/11, never forget. It's a day that still stands very strong in my heart, and it's a day that I really will never forget. I went to a small private school in New York City for elementary and middle school, and when I graduated, I went to a school called Business of Sports School. High schools in the city act a little different. You have to apply to these places, kind of like college, and it's stressful as hell. I did not get into any of the first round picks, any of the schools that I wanted to get into. I ended up getting into Business of Sports School, which was a new up-and-coming school. They were in their first year, so I was part of the first graduating class. And then in 2010, so the beginning of my sophomore year, my family actually made the decision to move out to Burnersville, New Jersey, currently where I live now. But a little bit about how I got started in fitness with exercise. I played baseball for a few years when I was younger. I think I played for about 5 or 6 years, and I loved it. I loved every single second of it. I really grew a huge love for the game of baseball. And I grew a huge love for, exercise and staying in shape and fitness. Not necessarily the whole nutrition side, because I was young. I loved my snacks. I loved my junk food, So, and when I was growing up in New York, I didn't have a job, so I didn't have any money to pay for a gym membership. So me and my buddy, we would either go run in the park. We would use the outdoors. Outdoors, I still to this day truly think is the greatest place to work out. We would run for miles. We would find stairs. We would run those stairs. We bought a 25-pound plate, a 10-pound medicine ball, and a resistance band. And that's really all I had for the first maybe 2-3 years of lifting, 2-3 years of working out. My freshman year of high school is when I really got introduced to lifting, and bench pressing and leg press and squats and all those big, strong movements. And I loved it. I loved every second of it. Every day in gym when we would go and lift, it was the thing that I looked forward to most, and it's all I wanted to do all the time. So then my family moved out to Burnersville, my sophomore year of high school, and I'll tell you, man, the transition phase was hard. And it was really hard for a couple of reasons. One, because I had just started going out with a girl the day before I moved out to Jersey, so that made it real hard. Two, I just really didn't want to be here. I really felt out of place. I lived in a big, huge city for 10 years, moving to a small suburban town of literally 9,000 people. So it was definitely a rough transition. I had a real hard time making friends because my mind was in New York while my body was in Jersey. So my sophomore year went by, and throughout my sophomore year, in terms of fitness and working out, I worked out a lot at home. I did a lot of P90X, Insanity, and actually my parents bought me like a home gym type thing, so we set up a home gym. I have a pair of Bowflex dumbbells, cables, a treadmill, and an elliptical, so that's pretty cool. Came in handy. I used it all the time. There was one summer where I was biking all the time. I would bike miles. I literally would just go out, hop on my bike, and go for miles, and I loved it. Loved every second of it. So then I started really lifting harder, I guess you could say, with my home gym, really utilizing weight training and resistance training. And then when I got into my junior year of high school, I finally made the decision that I wanted to make friends with people. So I made friends. I found a group of friends to lift with. So after school we would go to the weight room, and that's when I really fell in love with weightlifting. High school went by. When high school went by, about a month after high school, I made the decision to leave home. I was doing internet business. Actually did that with Aaron. Many may know it. Vima got a lot of bad rep, but I tell you, it changed my life for the better. Learned so much, met so many great people, and really realized the importance of your sphere of influence. So the people that you surround yourself with, the really directly influence the character of you, the character of who you are, your persona, your bad habits, your good habits, and it was just the greatest experience. It really was. I can't say it was an easy time in my life, but that whole experience was just truly phenomenal. Learned so much about business, leadership, entrepreneurship, and that's really what motivated me to start hopping on YouTube. And because I realized that I'm really good at helping people. A lot of people through the years, despite the fact that I'm not jacked, I'm not a fitness model, I'm not a cover model, I'm not a competitor, it's just I'm truly passionate about fitness. I'm truly passionate about helping people. And that's why we have this YouTube channel. It's because the three of us have realized we're really good at helping people. Danny and I, we've got a passion for fitness. We're good at helping people with fitness. I mean, Danny came to me a little over a year ago and started working out with me, and I said, dude, give me your time and I will get you big. And the dude is big now. He went from 160 to 195, and it's not all because of me. I'm not taking all the credit for it. A lot of it, most of it, probably 75% of it goes towards Danny, and that's simply for the fact that he disciplined himself outside of the gym, and I helped him discipline himself inside of the gym. And Danny and I, we started doing the whole YouTube thing probably about right around when we started lifting. I was already doing it, so I started bringing him into my videos. We started doing just instructional videos, and that's when we decided to ask Aaron, to ask him if he wanted to share his experience with the ROTC program. He wanted to share some leadership lessons that he's learned, and then down the road we decided to give ourselves a name, which led to Spheres of Influence. And like I said, the reasoning behind the name is that your sphere of influence is the group of people that you spend the most time with, and they say an average of the 5 people you become an average of the 5 people you spend the most time with. So we realized that Danny started spending a lot of his time with me, and he started coming to the gym all the time. It's like when I was spending all my time with Aaron, when him and I were doing Vima, we were just bouncing ideas off each other. We were working hard, grinding. And so we then created this YouTube channel, and we want to be able to show you guys, really that, one, that you can do it, that you should never let anyone get in the way of your dreams or what you want to do, and that, that who you surround yourself with matters, that just because they're your best friend doesn't mean they are best for you. And I mean, where I see this going big. I see us, traveling the world, doing workshops, doing online. We want to be able to do online training. We want to open our own gym. We want to travel and do talks. Our goal, my goal for this brand, is to be able to help people, and that's really what it comes down to. It's being able to help, being able to be there for someone, and I want to kind of just show the real side of things. Like I said, I'm not jacked. I'm big, I'm strong, but I'm not ripped. I don't look like a competitor. I'm nothing special. I'm just an average 21-year-old kid who has a dream to reach the masses, to help the masses, and to really make a change in somebody's life. And if our videos affect one person, that's simply all we're looking for, because we know that what we're doing, what we're sharing, our stories are actually helping and bringing value. So, I'm not gonna keep on going on. My vision for this brand is really, 5 year, by the end of this year, I really want to be able to, call this my full-time job. I want to be able to travel to inner cities, help kids in inner cities, maybe figure out a way to help kids get off the streets and into the gym, to help kids get off the streets and, on the basketball court or on the baseball field or playing hockey or whatever it may be. I want to make a change. Aaron wants to make a change, and Danny wants to make a change, and we will make a change. So, as always, guys, stay hungry, stay motivated, do the three of us a favor, and please never, ever, ever give up. Follow us on Instagram at spheres_of_influence, and I will be sure to see you guys soon. Episode 3 of Our Vision will be out probably sometime next week. Aaron's very busy, so I don't like to hound him to put out content because he's got a lot of important things going on. But stay hungry, and I will see you guys soon.